Hey guys, we're out here planting some trees because not all of the trees we planted last year lived. And not only that, we plant, hundreds of trees every year here. And we've got 120 coming in 5 weeks that are small bare roots. And we just picked up 4 trees today, 2 apples, varieties I don't have in here. I got a golden delicious, which is good to zone 3, which is basically the Arctic. We got a Fuji apple, which is also a very cold apple, and I love those apples. And we got a peach over here we just planted. This is a Majestic peach. And we also have a Montmorency Cherry. Now Alan is making up a cage here. And before we started caging our fruit trees, they all got eaten. But these larger fruit trees I'm going to show you right here are a result of us caging them. So you can see here is about a 5-year-old apple that has a cage in it, and it's still here. And here's another 5-year-old apple that's still here because it has a cage around it. And this is our biggest pear tree. It's a Kiefer pear. There's a cherry over there. We've got some apricot, cherries. So pretty good diversity. But until we started putting these cages in, you can see him building that one out. We had gophers would literally eat the whole tree. So you'd come out in the morning and that whole tree would be sitting in a hole. And there'd be no root ball. This is a tree from last year that I was wondering if it would make it. This is a fruit cocktail apple. It has 4 different apple grafts on it. And it looks like it's going to do really well. The buds look pretty nice. So pretty stoked to see how this one does this year and if we get all different types of apples on that tree. So a couple things you want to note when you're planting trees is if you have pocket gophers, make sure you use a metal cage. We're using 1/4-inch galvanized hardware fabric. And these trees come in sawdust. And when you plant your tree, you need to make sure that you plant it to the right level. And that'll be obvious when you take the tree out of the bag, if it's this type of planting. If you get a tree in a pot, obviously it's the top surface of the pot. That's where you want your tree to be buried too. If you go too deep, you'll suffocate the tree. If you go too shallow, the tree's going to dry out and die. So we don't want that to happen. We want this baby peach to make it. So also a couple things, you should always never dig a hole deeper than you need it. And that prevents the tree from rotating or being blown over. And those are just some of the tips. I'm going to link to a how to plant a tree video that Leah and I did last year. And you can follow along with that video if you don't know how to plant a tree. That should pop up right now. Subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up, and tell Alan how he's doing. It's a good looking cage, Alan.
Thank you.
Be safe, everyone. What do you think, Graham?